Welcome to the latest edition of In Hindsight, our weekly look at the ODU women's soccer program. I'm Ted Alexander, and a big hello to head coach Angie Hahn. Coach, good to see you again.
Good afternoon, Ted. Nice to see you.
Great to see you under these circumstances as well. As we go down the stretch in the women's soccer season, your team's playing really well. A 3-0 win at Marshall. Tell us about that match.
Yeah, I think it was, first of all, the result we needed. We know we got to keep winning. It's the same for everyone out there. But we got to keep winning, and it's challenging sometimes. You go to Marshall and they play on turf. And, you know, we prepared the whole week on that surface, so we could have negated that as an issue. And started well, got a couple of good goals and kind of carried on from there. And I think it would be poor of me not to mention the performance of our backline as well and our goalkeeper, because they gave us such a great platform to feel confident enough to go play. So all round, really good result.
How important is it for the keeper and the backline and the middies and even the forwards to work as a unit when it comes to having success defensively?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's kind of key to what we do here. I think we're together in everything we do, whether we attack, we defend, or in transition. And I think we were solid together. You know, of course, Marshall had moments like every team's going to have. And some of our players came up big time in those moments. And yeah, you want to be together and we work hard to do things together defensively and in attack. But there's always going to be breakaways and moments when players have to step up, and our defenders took care of those moments, and midfield, I have to say. Casey wasn't overly busy, but she had some things she had to deal with, and that's sometimes difficult for a goalkeeper when they're not always involved the whole time, to keep their concentration, and she did that real well.
Hey, congratulations to Riley Kennett, the Conference USA Defensive Player of the Week. Talk about her performance.
Yeah, I'm glad she's got a little bit of recognition, because she's been really consistent. And I talk about those breakaway moments. Riley had a few, and, you know, she's a big kid, and she made some great tackles, some really like first-class tackles, and kept us in the game. And also, she's a real good soccer player. So she helped us build a lot, and scored herself a nice goal. And she was excited about that, as were we. So really pleased for her, really pleased for her.
How do you teach youngsters, coach, to keep that focus? If the ball's in the other end the whole time, you have to be ready for those breaks, etc. How do you keep that focus?
Yeah, I mean, it's a matter of the what if. You know, we always talk about what if this happens, what if that happens. You just got to protect yourself, and it's just keeping them focused. And for some players, it's more natural than others. But I think that's something that our backline are pretty tuned into right now. And despite that backline having changed quite a bit over the season, I think they're tuned into that and do a good job. But it's not just the backline, it has to be the midfield as well, because that's the barrier that opponents have to break first. So, yeah, keeping the focus, keeping the concentration, keeping your mind in the game is key.
Friday night lights at the ODU Soccer Complex. Huge Conference USA tilt as you welcome Western Kentucky. Tell us about the preparation heading into that huge match.
Yeah, it's a big one. And it's if you're a good player, if you're a coach, you want to be in this. These are the moments that we thrive for. And Western Kentucky are flying. You know, they've had a great start so far to the season, and they're in. You know, they're in the tournament now. So credit to them for how well they've played so far. But they're obviously playing a different style this year, much more direct. But for us, we focus on ourselves, because we've got a little bit of momentum too. And to be home, and obviously we get to reflect a little bit and give a little bit of respect and to our seniors a little bit on Friday night. But I think it'll be a big game and an exciting game, and one that our players are so excited for. We're kind of holding the reins a little bit in practice.
That's Friday night. Old Dominion hosting the Hilltoppers of Western Kentucky at the ODU Soccer Complex in a match just steeped with playoff implications. 7 o'clock kickoff. Coach, best of luck this week.
Thank you, Ted. Appreciate it.
Angie Hahn joining us for the latest edition of In Hindsight here on Monarch Media.